Two men journey to the bars and restaurants of Scandinavia to find amazing beers, always with the same question.
Hey, what's on tap?
It's time to find out.
All right, we are in Gothenburg, Sweden, getting ready to go to the All In Beer Festival. Are you excited, Matthias?
I'm super excited.
I can tell. You are just been.
We've had our cheeseburgers. We had our Subway sandwiches. It's going to be a good day.
It is going to be a good day. We had a bottle share last night, and that was quite intense.
Yeah.
I posted a video of that, so you can see all of the bottles that were shared.
Oh yeah.
This is the.
Well, some of them. You didn't post all of them, right?
I think I got all of them.
I don't think you posted pictures of all of them.
All right, maybe I left out one. I don't know.
There's also some random shit in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was almost everything.
Yeah.
There's still quite a bit of beers.
Oh, yeah.
And then this morning we started off with a little...
Bourbon Barrel Tinfig.
Yeah.
Some Santia Darius Rustic Ales, Dark Saison, Sour Saison.
And a year and a half
old GBG Beer Week IPA.
Yeah.
Which held up surprisingly well.
Yeah, it really wasn't bad.
No. It wasn't oxidized all to hell or bad or anything. It still had a little bit of hops to it. But, of course, it's nothing like its glory days from 2016.
Oh, no. And then, I lost my train of thought.
That's okay. You can get it back. Woo-hoo. Find it?
Yep. Pick it up. Okay. So this is what, the third year for All In Beer Festival?
I believe it's... So, yeah.
All right.
I can't remember.
And you went last year?
I went last year, yeah.
All right. And what should we expect?
It's a very laid-back festival.
Okay.
It's not very... I know last year was quite a lot of people. It got a little bit crowded, but that was mostly in the last session, actually.
Okay.
The other sessions were fine. But, I mean, it's a good mix of breweries. Or last year was a good mix of breweries as well. I'm pretty sure we're going to see a lot of good stuff.
Yeah, now we're all very disappointed that Jay Wakefield won't be there.
That's a shame. Jay Wakefield, Coppertail, was one more. Yeah. Civil Society, yeah. Yeah, it's a shame that that our dear old postal service network, PostNord,
did not get them here in time.
No, exactly, and they usually don't get anything on time anyway. So
this is the fourth beer festival we've been to this year.
Is it actually the fourth?
Yeah.
We've done Brewskival, we did CBC, we did
Malmo.
Stockholm Malmo Beer and Whiskey, true. So it's going to be 4.
Yep. How do you feel about that?
I'm getting a little bit, not fed up, but you're getting a little bit saturated with beer festivals at this point. I think next year I would be happy with just grabbing 2 of them.
Yeah, I think maybe CBC and Brewskival will probably be.
Well, you haven't been to All In yet, so you don't really know what you're
That's true, but it just feels like it's so late in the year that I'm kind of tired and festivaled out.
Yeah. I mean, CBC and Brewskival are pretty good dates apart because you have one in May and one in August, end of August. And so, I mean, we volunteered at Brewskival as well, and I mean that's always a really fun time.
Yeah.
Probably not going to volunteer all 3 days next year.
Definitely will not volunteer all 3 days next year.
It's going to be Friday and Saturday.
Oh yeah,
Sunday
sure.
I kind of want to chill. Because, I mean, 3 days of beer festival is just way enough as well.
Yeah, especially that third day was pretty...
It gets pretty rough.
Yeah. It was pretty uneventful. It was really just
exactly. It was really slow.
Yeah,
it was really slow. I mean, it was raining like a metric fuck ton.
It rained so much.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it rain that hard in Sweden in a long time.
I know.
It was crazy.
It was insane. But yeah, I think so far for me, it's probably going to be CBC and Brewskival as well.
Yeah. I'm not, I can't say there's any brewery that I'm just super excited about this time.
Well, I mean, Wakefield
since Jay Wakefield isn't going to be there,
it's a huge thing.
Be there.
I was really excited to be able to try some of their stouts maybe or something like that. But I mean, we got to try some of that at the ball show last night, so that was fine as well. And they were quite delicious.
Oh yeah, they were really, really good.
Yeah. But yeah, it's a shame, but I'm pretty sure we're going to, I'm certain we're going to have a lot of other good beers that we're going to have.
I'm not saying there won't be good beers, but when I look at the tap list, it's it's a good collection of brewers, but, the same brewers that have been at a lot of the festivals we've been to this year, so.
Yeah, but still.
I'm still expecting some good beers to come out.
Oh yeah, I mean, everyone is bringing out a lot of good stuff. So.
Yeah.
And, there's a couple of ones that we haven't seen at the other festivals. Pojala wasn't at any of the festival, right?
That's true. Wylam
and they do really good stuff. They've had some really good stouts coming out at Sahtipaja, and in Copenhagen we see them quite a lot. What else was there?
LIC is back.
LIC is
in the
back,
area.
yeah. That's nice.
They're kind of making inroads.
We were able to get a couple of cans of LIC from Himaria during summer, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, I mean, those were flown in fresh, and that was absolutely amazing. So that's going to be fun to try some more of their stuff. Wylam's there.
Out of the
UK.
Kind of making new inroads into Scandinavia. So it'd be good to try them.
Yeah. So I'm sure we're gonna have a good time.
All right. Okay. Well, we'll have some interviews from the event, and I hope you enjoy. And then I think this.
If you see us there, give us a pat on the shoulder, say hi.
Give us a hug.
Give us a hug.
A little squeeze on the tush.
Yeah, exactly.
And then we'll have our Christmas beer episode and get into the Advent calendars.
Get into the Christmas spirit.
That'll be a lot of fun.
All right.
Thanks, man.
See you at all. Recording at the All In Beer Fest today, and we're joined by, if you can introduce yourselves, guys.
Adam Norman, never heard of him, Beerbliotek.
And I'm Henrik Bengtsson from Beerbliotek as well.
All right, welcome, guys.
Everyone's heard of him.
He is kind of the front figure of the brewery, right?
Love that about him.
Exactly. It's a very lovable face.
You said it.
Yep. Cool. Well, welcome. Tell us a little bit about Beerbliotek.
I'll take this one.
It's your brewery.
Beerbliotek started on the back of 4 people having nothing in common and wanting to start a brewery together. And along the way, we employed a salesman who has so many more stories to tell.
Which I'm not going to tell now.
No, come on, tell us a story, Henry.
Yeah, big part of it.
Story on top of my head, story.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Just one.
Pause it, and then I'll come up with stories.
You can think about it, and then we'll get back to the story. Yeah, all right. So, why did you want to participate at the All In Beer Fest?
Well, it's one of Sweden's best festivals. It's part of Gothenburg, so we can really enjoy it.
Because you're locally based in Gothenburg.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. So it gives us a chance to maybe throw a few extra free kegs and make sure that all of our staff can have a nice time. That's awesome. Harder to do if you're going to Belgium or England or something like that. So
well, Henrik looks like he's having the time of his life. So
you should see him tomorrow morning, like around 8. So
it will be a time, but probably not in my life.
It's like the sales guy from the X-Files. Remember that guy? No. Yeah, the worst. But it's pretty great. Hi.
So what is it that makes the All In Beer Fest one of the greatest festivals in Sweden?
Well, the first thing is that they ask every brewery to send the beers that they want to send, and then they don't ask for them to be put on in a certain order.
Yep.
So it means that, we can start with imperial IPAs or sours or whatever. It doesn't matter how we combine them, whatever we want to serve that day. A lot of festivals you go to, and the people organising actually put the kegs that you've got at the bar for that day, that's what you're going to put on, according to them.
Yeah.
So it's a nice way to communicate the way you want to sell beer.
Yeah. So the festival, other festivals, the festival organizers usually dictate what beer you should serve.
Here you get all of your beer behind the counter, and you can put it on however you want.
Nice. So you can
pretty good.
Kind of logistically manage that yourselves a little bit.
And what you think people should maybe drink that day.
Nice. You can do a logical follow-up, like if you have one IPA in a stout or a sour in a stout or something like that.
Yeah.
So what did you bring today to because right now we're in the last session, right?
Yep.
So can you tell us a little bit about what you brought for the previous 2 sessions and what you're having on today? Go.
Yeah, so for the first session we had a sour from one of our sour breweries. Oh, from the sour brewery, sorry. We have 2 breweries.
Not one of them, we've got like 14 breweries.
Okay.
You'd love it.
So we got 2 breweries. We got the main brewery and we got the sour brewery. So we had a sour saison and we had an IPA for yesterday. And for the morning today, we had a new fruit IPA, and we had another sour from the sour brewery. And for the last session now, we're just going all in. So we have Eternal...
Ironically.
All in and all in. Yeah. So we have Eternal Darkness, barrel-aged Imperial Stout, and we have Eternal Dankness, which is our seasonal beer that we brew for the All In Beer Fest every year. So it's an Imperial IPA, 9.5%, packed with Sriracha Ace, and so it's a really nice double IPA.
Nice. Any plans for Beerbliotek that you can share? What's coming in the near future, or what's the next thing for Beerbliotek?
Tuesday. We're taking Monday off because we brewed on a Saturday. So the next thing for Beerbliotek is Tuesday.
Nice.
I really like to think that we are a very forward-thinking brewery, so already we can see next Tuesday. Henrik, would you like to support or deny that our brewery is very forward-thinking?
I didn't know
What's
that I
happening
got
next Tuesday.
I didn't know that I got Monday off, so I'm happy now. I'll be happy to come in Tuesday and see what's going on.
So this is embarrassing. You didn't get Monday off. It's only the brew staff that brewed a beer on a Saturday that got that. What a scoop!
Amazing. That's going to be the headlines.
What a scoop! Hear ye, hear ye! Sales guy doesn't get day off for brewer's hard work. Man rings telephone with only middle digit. Yes, is that you? Maybe. Fuck off. One of my absolute favourite colleagues. We have great meetings sometimes that are quite short and embarrassing. Very good.
All right, so there you have your story moment right there. A short and embarrassing meeting time you had with Adam. See it as an opportunity to get back on him for not giving you Monday off.
It's going to be his fault. Now you just bring up bad shit. All right. Hi, how are you? Don't be afraid to say whatever it is that you want to say, Henrik.
I'd rather not say it because I would like to keep my job for another week.
That escalated quickly. Don't be afraid. Henry.
Speak your mind.
Bro.
As it's my second language, I'd like to keep quiet from now on.
Man, you love to spread this fuck out the fact that you can talk it though, don't you? Hey, my second language. Ooh la la. Säger jag som är fransk. Ooh la la. Je me suis pas pourquoi.
That's a wrap.
Well, any closing comments you want to add? No.
You just said it.
Oh, it was good. That's a wrap. Thanks a lot, guys. Thanks, guys. We're joined by Timo from Sahtipaja.
Yes.
Hi.
Hello.
Also, we have Johannes in the background as well.
Hi,
here he
Johannes.
comes. Here he is. Hey, Johannes.
Hi.
So, how are you guys doing?
Good. There's been a lot of people setting out, so very
It
good.
looks like you have a pretty decent line every time we go by your stand.
Well, we try to mix, and as we do, we like alcohol beverages, so we brew anything with alcohol.
Yeah.
The lines, they haven't been too long. There hasn't been a shortage of people, so it's been a steady stream of people.
Yeah, every time I look over, it's always like one or two people.
You can breathe out in between. Sometimes. So it's been.
We're not omnipolar.
So, what do you think it is that makes the All In Beer Fest great?
I think the venue itself, the big hall, high in the ceiling, a lot of space, not too high noise level.
Yeah.
And then a lot of great, interesting beers. People bring the best of their beers here, and there's a lot of good beers to try out, and it's just so friendly.
Yeah.
It's not very nerdy.
No, exactly. We were talking about that before as well. It's a very laid-back festival as well.
Oh yeah.
So it's you don't see like the ticking fest.
No,
that you see
absolutely
at
not.
Other festivals, for example. So it's really nice that way. And it's also, like you said, it's a diverse selection of breweries. So you have a bit of everything basically here.
Oh yeah.
So it's really nice. So before the festival, how do you decide what you're going to bring to serve?
Pretty much what we have at home. So we got an invitation pretty late.
Yeah.
So we just looked at what we had and let's put the Blueberry White Sour we have had here 2 years and now 3rd year, so it's the same vintage.
Yeah.
And we still have 1 barrel keg left.
Nice.
So if we get invited next year, the last keg will go in next year. So it's kind of like that's being kind of like the same beer every year. Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
And how do you see that the beer has changed for each year?
Of course, let's say the flavor has mellowed. It's not that, let's say the blueberry flavors have mellowed a little bit.
Yeah.
We still got the bourbon barrel. We have the white chocolate in the nose. A little bit of acetic acid, but that also has mellowed a little bit.
Yeah, the tartness
used to be a lot more.
Nice. And you have a special little event or special tapping going on today at the last session.
Well, yeah, we try to do a special event at the All In Beer Fest every year.
Yeah.
So one year we had the Cloudberry Lambic.
Yeah.
And the last year we had a Mead Me vanilla smoothie.
Yeah.
And this year we have a Crystal Methylene, Crystal Meth, Breaking Bad inspired peppermint sweet mead.
The color on that photo looks pretty intense. It's gonna be fun to see it coming out of the tap.
Yeah. It is the same color.
Yeah. It's even clearer. In reality.
We tried to make it as a Walter White's Crystal Meth blue.
Yeah. Well, it looks really similar to that color as well, so that's going to be amazing. Any favorites that you found at the festival?
Ale Farms yesterday, the cherry sour, fantastic. Intense cherry, almost like Charlotte Creek cherries. I was surprised with Bräckeriets first fooder beer today.
Oh, was that on today or yesterday?
Yes, the number 1.
Okay, yeah.
Extremely sweet on the first touch in the mouth.
Yeah.
Turns out the sour is dry, very pleasant, and I'm really glad that they, first batch out of their fooders.
Yeah.
And I'm very excited to see what's coming out from there.
That's going to be really cool.
Yeah.
That's going to be very exciting.
Also, Psychopipes.
Oh,
really crazy stuff. Yeah, really interesting stuff.
They've had some really, really good sours as well. We tried the Blue Brewhus. They had a creek on now with cherries picked from Anders' own garden.
Okay.
That was also really nice.
Oh, yeah.
It was really nice too.
It was really intense.
Yeah.
In the cherry flavor. So.
Yeah. That was also really cool. Anything else that you want to add about the All In Beer Fest, or anything that's going on at Sahtipaja?
Anybody listening to this, make sure you book your tickets next year and your schedule. Great festival. You don't want to miss this.
Yeah. And anything going on over at Sahtipaja now that you can share?
Well, we have the Lambic style sour wild ale, let's say nursery build out. So we finish this month the casting of the floor and the flooring, so we can start filling barrels.
Nice.
We're counting about 30,000-40,000 liters of barrel-aged beer there.
That's going to be. It's also going to be very exciting.
Yes.
Yeah. And also we have a couple of new meat projects. Coming up in a couple of months. Still development, but be exciting times to see what's happening now.
Yeah,
it's going to be cool. Any? going to do a release of the raspberry licorice mead at all?
Well, that's in Systembolaget, the private import.
Oh, now?
Yeah.
Really?
But only in Gothenburg, so you have to order it stores. If you have friends in Gothenburg who can pick it up,
then it works.
Yeah, you can do that.
Cool.
Yeah,
perfect. Then I'm gonna have
and
to
also we're gonna have some other meads, barrel aged heather mead. We're gonna have Carange. We're gonna have
blackberry, blackcurrant, cinnamon mead.
Yeah. Nice. And also Doomsday mead, which is the sweet. Wormwood mead. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, thanks a lot, guys. And enjoy the rest of the Beer Fest.
Too.
Yeah, you too.
Yeah.
Looking forward to trying the Crystal Methadone later. Thanks.
Yeah, thank you.
Welcome to the third part of What's on Tap podcast at All In Brewing. We're joined by Mikael and Søren. So, can you tell us a little bit about what breweries you're coming from?
Well, I've started Dugge's Brewery in just outside Gothenburg 12 years ago now.
Yeah. Nice. Welcome.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, and I'm Søren from Dry and Bitter. Started fermentoren in Copenhagen 6 years ago, and 2 years and about 10 months ago we started Dry and Bitter about 20 miles north of Copenhagen, and it's been a hell of a whirlwind since then.
So both of you guys are very prominently featured at beer festivals, at least around Scandinavian area, but I mean you've been in Barcelona as well recently at the MASH festival, right?
Not in Barcelona, but we have visited a lot of festivals in Great Britain this year.
Okay, nice.
A lot.
That's a good market.
Yeah. We've been in Barcelona before, but not this year.
Not this year. Okay. You went to Barcelona.
We went to MASH, yeah, definitely.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. So what's been the highlights for the Great British festivals?
Well, I think we have tried to spread our trademark. That's the reason, and we made a lot of collabs over there, and a lot of tap takeovers, different pubs. So just to get our name out.
Yeah.
And it's been, what I think, very successful.
Yeah, I think so too. Is that when you made the Paleo collaboration with was it Cloudwater?
Yeah.
That was a really good one as well. Really enjoyed that one.
But that one we made in our brewery. We made another collab at Cloudwater.
So what's the new one?
No, that we made before. I think it was this spring or something like that.
Okay.
We were at Cloudwater. The last collab we did with them were Pale Ale.
Yeah. Nice.
In Landvetter, just outside Gothenburg.
Cool. Nice. And Søren, what has been your highlights for festivals this year so far?
That would be absolutely impossible to say in of itself. I mean, to be completely honest, I've checked off some things off the bucket list this year that I really wanted to go to. Like London craft beer was a big one. What's Brewing was another big one. The Beertown Extravaganza first edition, big one. I mean, like there's been so many occasions, and especially in modern beer, where you really get out there a lot more than you did before, and people are ambitious, and you get to see your international brewer friends a lot more nowadays, which is really a great part of the business, I think.
Yeah. It seems like it's always like a huge party among the brewers whenever you see everyone at a festival.
It's like a cousin's party, I think.
Exactly. It's like a family get-together, right?
Absolutely. But it's great. I mean, like there are people I don't get to see. Like, Mikael holds because he has it's been a pretty big brewery by now. I mean, like we used to see each other whenever Dugges was at a festival. When I was at a festival, I was pretty sure that I was going to see him for sure. But nowadays, with Magnus, your son, taking over more responsibility of that aspects of it, I see him more. But whenever I hear you're going to be around, I'm like, oh, that's great. But
the amount of festivals has obviously increased quite a lot over the course of the last year. And then over the last 2 years, it's been insane, actually.
And a new market for us is Poland.
Yes,
so we've been at 2 festivals in Poland.
That's cool.
Yeah.
What's the craft beer industry like in Poland now?
Well, it's growing like everywhere else.
Yeah.
So there are a lot of enthusiasts, and I think it's great. Many of them make very good beer too.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah, I think so too. I mean, it's one of those countries where you're quite aware that the average consumer is not used to paying very much for beer.
Yeah.
But the average consumer pilsner is not gonna set you back very much.
Yeah.
So when you see Euro imports and American imports, like you see a tab list of the Polish, and then there are the 2 Americans and the 3 Norwegian and 2 Danish and a Swede kind of thing, and they're like double or triple the price of the others because I mean, it's a different ball game, and of course they're somehow limited in a way to like cater to the local market because Poland doesn't have the strongest international reputation yet for being a brewery country, but they actually do make decent stuff, and if they could get the money for it that the rest of us are asking, then I could imagine it would be a game changer down there.
That would be really cool as well, see.
Absolutely.
So what do you think it is that makes the All In Beer Fest so well amazing?
It's very relaxed.
Yeah.
And it's like what do you say, party for the industry?
Yeah, exactly.
Kind of thing.
It's geared more towards that we're having a good time, which is always an important point. I mean, like on one hand, you're here to meet your audience to a large extent. I mean, like, you're here to serve.
But it's a lot of networking too.
Yeah, of course. I mean, of course, you see things, you experience things, you go out together, you get to have some of those talks you may have wanted to have for a while, and then serendipitous situations allow for them, and some do not. And then you get to meet some people, get to know some people better, and as you say, with the networking, ideas come up, names come up, concepts come up, and creative connections and friendships. And that's what pretty much fuels the industry anyway, to move forward.
A lot of friendships.
Yeah, of course.
It's cool though because we have an Estonian brewery here as well today with Pojala. Yeah, exactly. And
but we meet them everywhere.
Yeah,
I mean, they're quite prominent now. Yeah. You can see their stuff in Denmark quite a lot. At the little kiosk has it a lot. And I guess
they import it to Feel Mirror. So
yeah, exactly. And I mean, we're seeing it at Sahtipaja as well. For Dugges, I mean, you've been doing quite an expansion the latest couple of years, right? You've got a new, bigger brew system?
No.
But more tanks.
More tanks. Yeah. But not that they are not installed yet, but soon.
Yeah.
Maybe in a month or 2, something like that.
But what's your yearly capacity up to now?
This year it will be a little bit more than 8,000 hectoliter.
Oh, wow.
Last year it was a little bit less than 8,000.
Yeah.
And with the new fermenters, we will around double it.
Yeah.
1.6 million, something like that. But then we have to sell it too.
Well, not the beer, not the brewery.
Well, I mean, at the rate that your things are going, I don't think it's going to be a problem to sell the volume.
I don't think so either. Because we can't produce what people are asking for today. So
the demand is still higher than the production volume.
It's a curve you lean into. I mean, like you start off with. I mean, it's like the old saying that goes: the question is not to make good or bad beer. The question is to make just enough beer.
Yeah.
But to the extent that you're still feeding your markets, you still have the opportunity to grow. You're still 5% under capacity, but at the same time, whenever a good thing comes along, you want to be able to get after it and treat it like it's important. If a big ass order and something comes in, you want to be able to say, yes, I can do it.
Yeah,
exactly. Of course you do.
And what markets are you available in now? Because I mean, you've been exporting to the US for quite some time now, right?
Yeah, and that will be more next year. And I think China is one of the markets that we're going to expand more.
Yeah.
Australia.
Oh wow!
And the EU, the whole EU.
I mean, so you're basically globally available at this point. Yeah, that's really cool.
How do you work the logistics of that to try to sell?
We cooperate with Brill and Company, so we don't we don't sell a lot ourselves. We sell it to Brill, and they sell it for us. So we have outsourced our sales department, so to say.
I mean, that's also kind of a handy way to do it, because I mean, they obviously have a lot of connections around the world already, so you can just tap into that.
And it's a lot of work to export beer.
Yeah, it is.
Every country is different, and it's a lot of paperwork, and it's more fun to brew beer.
Than to work with paperwork and export and import documents. And what markets are we going to see Dry and Bitter in?
Well, we got a pretty good presence in the UK. That's one of our strongest markets.
And UK, of course.
The north of the UK, like Leeds, Manchester, Newcastle, Liverpool, Sheffield. That area, we do very, very well. Got our eyes a little bit on London as well. Spain and Italy are doing well for us as well. We're chasing that. We've decided to start off by focusing on Europe, predominantly because we're so hop focused. I mean, if we made as many big stouts and sours as Mikael does, then we would probably be looking a little further overseas as well. And we are looking and wanting to move in that direction, but it's going to be a very different path than what we've done so far, because Europe, we've grown on hops, and now our sour program is finally getting to a point when it's ready. We can start blending and doing that on a bigger scale. So 2018, man, it's going to be interesting.
It's going to be a fun year.
Oh yeah,
Definitely.
A lot of changes. Oh my goodness.
Awesome. So, and what's your production volume up to now?
We're at 470,000 liters at the end of this year. If all goes well, it's pretty okay for 2.5 years. But we want to make drinking beer. We want to make beer that sells quick and fast. Like, we want to be able to supply most of our small short-term import markets all over Europe with beer that's 1.5, 2 weeks old at the very most by the time it hits the deck over there. And I want it to be pre-sold so that the customer at the end of the day will have the best possible experience. Because why else would you spend premium money on an import?
Yeah, exactly. Cool. Any plans for next year more than what you've already been talking about that you want to share? Anything fun in the pipeline? Or?
Well, we just have to make the brewery roll again properly. So now when we have a lot more fermenters, the internal logistic is very important to get all routines in place, and all the quality controls, things like that.
Make sure you can control the beast.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So to keep up the good work with double capacity, that's challenging.
Yeah, that's obviously a huge challenge as well.
It is.
Doubling up capacity is not something you do just overnight.
No.
And I guess for us, at the end of this year, we're looking at a new cooling system, new hot liquor tank, turning into a 4-vessel brew house, getting 4 new 40 hectoliter tanks in. I wish I could tell you what 2018 is going to look like, but I'm pretty sure it'll be pretty intense. A lot of changes. Things have moved so much faster for us already than we thought it would, and it's still progressing quicker. So it's a never say never kind of situation. I know what I want out of it, but where we're actually going to end up, hell do I know.
We'll catch up with you in 2018 and find out how it turned out.
That sounds about right.
Will you have more employees?
Hopefully not. I'm actually, we've been building our team around that. We're 6 now on the floor, and at this point, as you know, we're spending a lot of money on ingredient, we're spending a lot of money on a lot of things. At this point, it's about spending money on getting some machines that will make the lives of our employees better and ergonomically, and at the same time be able to push through more liquid in a day's work. So at the end of the day, that you can, in an ideal world, and I'm sorry to end on this note, but I want 2 days of brewing, 4 batches a day kind of a thing, and then I want 2 days of packaging and bottling, and then I want 1 day where you get to pick up that brew book or that seek out information about that problem you've been having at work that you can't quite seem to figure out, this, that, and the other, so you can actually dedicate yourself to your actual work in thoughts and actually have the time to actually want to dabble in that sort of stuff. so we can all keep getting better. Me and my staff.
Yeah.
What about the Hops Not Hate initiative? Is that something that you started on your own?
Yeah.
Or was that in a collaboration with someone? Or?
Well, I mean, the thing was, we launched it together with Cloudwater in the sense that I took Paul Jones and I said, hello, you beautiful man, I'm going to expose you and your beautiful celebrity for doing something right with me. I mean, I'm basically going to say, like, you're doing this with me because it's important. And I need some help because you've got a great name. And, well, I mean, we got a pretty good name too, but I mean, we're not Cloudwater. Launched that. It's been 13 brews this year.
13?
Yeah. And we got 2 more coming up. I'm going to the States on Saturday next week. We're brewing one with Other Half, where all the hops are donated by Yakima Chief.
Nice.
And we're brewing one with Hill Farmstead.
That's really cool.
So there's a lot of that in the pipeline. December 12th, we're brewing one with Magic Rock.
Yeah.
In January, we're going to Russia to brew one. I mean, like there's so much good spirits in this fucking business. And I mean, if you find yourself on a sobby night over a whiskey and a record with a good friend, and you talk about the status of the world, and you're kind of like disgruntled, and you're like, well, yeah, well, we're mostly a bunch. I mean, I'm sorry to generalize here, but I mean, for the most part, we're a bunch of privileged white men who are sitting around in a circle and moaning about the state of the world. And I mean, and to be,
it's a little bit like
it's a little bit what we're doing now.
We are four privileged white men in the circle.
We're definitely 4 privileged white men in a circle. Dear diary. But the point is, like, well, then do something. I mean, like, come on. It's not. Like, the concept is very simple for those who don't understand or don't know. You donate 50% of the profits, not the sales, but the actual profits, because it has to somehow exist within the capitalist framework for it to be self-sustainable, otherwise it's not going to work. And
you know what? You remember what I said about talking?
Yeah.
So yeah, we do charity. So how about that, Mikael? What do you think about that?
It's great. It's fantastic.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, it is.
It's like talking all the fucking time. So yes, that's also what we do. Yes.
Well, it's a really nice initiative that you put together.
It's better than nothing.
Yeah. It's really cool. So in preparing for a festival like this, what's the challenges for preparing for a festival like this? Like, how do you pick out the beers you're going to bring? And
the biggest challenge, I think, is to come up with new beers all the time.
Yeah.
And I think last year we bottled 43 different beer.
Oh wow!
And we brewed maybe 15, 20 other beers that we just had on keg. And I think it will be quite the same this year.
Yeah.
So it's new beers all the time, and every festival wants to have something new.
Yeah.
For a world premiere. So that's a big challenge.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
Nice.
But we make it. We just had it 1 week at Bishop's Arms with
you had
31 different beer.
Yeah.
And 400 taps. That was challenging.
That's going to be a lot of logistics.
Yeah, it is. But with a very good help from Brim.
Yeah.
And Bishop's Arms.
So what made you come up with that idea? Did you approach Bishop's Arms or did they approach you?
They started with a discussion between Thomas Halberstad at the brewery and Jonas at Brill. And Brill had a tap takeover at Bishop's Arms chain with, I think it was 150 taps.
Yeah.
So we said we must make 200. And in the end it was 400. So we're very pleased, and I think it was a success.
So it's pretty maybe safe to say it's the world's biggest tap takeover ever done.
I don't know, but I hope so.
Yeah.
Maybe I should call Guinness book of record.
Exactly. Yeah. Get that verified and put it in the book.
Oh, you're so quiet now, sir.
I've been told to shut up. I'll answer when asked.
So any other breweries beers that you've found today that you've particularly enjoyed?
I tried Søren's. It was very nice.
I've had Michael's too. It was pretty nice.
I've not tried anything else.
I think I'll answer this question because he hasn't been here all day. He's old. It's past his bedtime and stuff like that. But yeah, there's tons of good shit in there. Sorry. I've been really impressed with the Good Guys stuff. It's nice. It's like so nice, clean drinking beer. Wylam's brought some great stuff.
Yeah, we really enjoyed the double dry hop pale ale.
Oh yeah, last session it was beautiful.
That was really nice.
I have to try their beer because we're gonna do a collab with them.
Well, they're you gotta meet Dave Stone, and trust me, you two are gonna get along like a house on fire.
Yeah.
He'll be great. What else? Love a beer always, because it's like that. All In. And what else have I enjoyed? A little bit of Gamma. But yeah, I think those were the highlights for me, actually.
Nice. All right. Anything else you want to add in the closing comments of the episode?
Well, we're gonna make a collab.
Yeah, next year.
Yeah. All right.
In the springtime, I hope.
Yeah, in the springtime.
Yeah,
definitely.
We're gonna make a collab in China.
Nice.
With Beer.
Yeah.
And with Jonathan Wakefield in Florida.
Yeah.
Are you going to Wakefest too?
Sorry?
Are you going to Florida in February?
Maybe.
You're definitely going to Florida in February. Come on. Okay, there you go.
You have to tell Magnus.
I'll tell Magnus. You're not going. I'm going with Papa. Well, he has been informed now.
Yeah. Exactly. Well, he's informed when this episode
send him a link.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, I think that's it.
Yeah. You got tons of exciting stuff. We're having some excellent beers. Thanks very much for taking the time to join us on the show.
Thank you.
Yes.
One thing we have to remember is we're just making beer.
Yes.
Yeah, we're not really that important.
Just making beer and hanging out.
Yeah.
And some of us do charity as well.
Yeah.
Well, don't worry, I'll convince him yet. Don't worry.
2018, right?
2018. What's gonna happen?
I'm not hard to convince.
I know that. I spent a night at your house, remember?
Yeah.